Nestled deep in the heart of a vast wilderness, a spiritual retreat unfolds atop a rugged, rocky hill, surrounded by dense, ancient forests that stretch endlessly to the horizon. The air hums with tranquility, yet, beneath the chirping of birds and the whispering leaves, an intangible tension lingers, an almost imperceptible sense of unease, as though the wilderness itself is watching. Just a few miles away lies a quaint, picturesque town, a stark contrast to the vast untamed wilds. Cobblestone streets wind through rows of rustic houses, their shutters painted in cheerful hues. Among the townsfolk is a young pregnant woman, seeking solitude by a large moss-covered rock. Her serene surroundings mask a creeping foreboding, as if the very earth beneath her feet harbors secrets untold. Perched on the rock, the woman shifts uncomfortably, sensing something beyond her view. The stillness of the forest grows heavy. Every rustle of leaves feels deliberate, every shadow unnervingly long. Though her eyes see nothing, her instincts scream otherwise. There's something, or someone, watching her from the trees. From the shadows of the tree line, a figure emerges. A woman, older, yet strikingly elegant, steps into the sunlight. Her smile is warm, her voice soft, but there's an unnatural precision to her movements. The stranger's gaze seems to peer straight through, as though she knows far more than she should. The two women converse, the stranger's tone measured and soothing. She crouches low, her hands gesturing delicately as if handling something precious. Her words flow easily, but an eerie disconnect lurks beneath them, like a perfectly rehearsed performance. The young woman can't place it, but something about the stranger feels inherently wrong. Without warning, the pregnant woman cries out, clutching her abdomen as a violent jerk ripples through her body. Her scream slices through the serene forest, startling birds into flight. The stranger's expression shifts, her calm demeanor faltering. A flicker of frustration, of desperation, crosses her face as her gaze locks on the woman. Quickly recovering her composure, the stranger gestures toward a narrow, hidden path leading deeper into the woods. She promises relief, a quiet place by the river, but the trees ahead loom taller, darker, their canopy so thick it seems to swallow the light. The woman hesitates, her instincts screaming at her to turn back. Walking the path, the woman feels her pulse quicken. The light around her has changed. The sun, once high overhead, now blazes unnaturally low on the horizon. Hours have passed, yet it feels like mere minutes. Panic grips her as she realizes the forest is distorting time itself, trapping her in its grasp. Her panicked cries echo through the woods until a familiar voice answers, strong and reassuring. Her husband, breathless and wild-eyed, bursts through the underbrush. Relief floods her as he rushes to her side, his presence a fragile barrier against the encroaching darkness. He fixes the stranger with a look of pure defiance, his protective instincts overriding his own fear. Suddenly, the sound of a distant announcement cuts through the tension like a knife. The stranger stiffens, her anger giving way to a chilling silence. The couple turns toward the camp, momentarily distracted, and when they glance back, the stranger is gone. Not a trace of her remains, save for an unnatural stillness in the forest. The couple stumbles back to the safety of the retreat, their hands clasped tightly as if letting go would mean losing each other forever. The retreat members gather around them, a mix of relief and reprimands in their voices. Yet, some cast nervous glances toward the woods, their unease mirroring the couple's growing dread. Later that evening, in the sanctuary of a dimly lit cabin, the couple recounts their harrowing encounter to the grandmother. Her weathered face pales as she listens, her hands trembling slightly. When they finish, her voice is low and strained as she reveals an unsettling truth, a story from her past that eerily mirrors their own.